Hey guys, it's Jeremy again, and I'm back for another video. And this time I'm back for a book review video. And the book I'm going to review for you today is going to be on Allie's Pretty Little Lies by Sara Shepard. This is actually the prequel novel to the entire 17-book series. 16, 17, I don't know how many books there's going to be right now. So, I was told not to actually read this until I have read the first 8 books, but I couldn't. It was like this on my shelf, and it was mocking me. I had to read it, man. Anyway, and this is actually the only Pretty Little Liars book I got to read in hardcover, or so far. I do plan on reading more, but this was a really, really fun book. But like always I do, I'm going to read to you guys the inside synopsis of the book, and we'll get this on. And I don't know why it's doing that, but anyway, we'll get into it. Before there was there was Allison Diarentes. Boys wanted to date her, girls wanted to be her, and someone wanted her dead. It's the end of 7th grade, and Allison Diarentes and her friends are the girls of Rosewood Day. Allie runs her clique with an iron fist, and she's got enough dirt on Hannah, Emily, Aria, and Spencer to keep them in line. But Allie's hiding a dark secret of her own, something so huge it could destroy everything. It could destroy everything if it ever got out. She's desperate to keep She's desperate to keep. Oh, damn! I'm sorry, guys. She's desperate to keep the perfect life she's worked so hard to build. But in Rosewood, deadly secrets have deadly consequences. And the back of the book says the lie that started it all. And when I heard that Sara Shepard was writing a prequel book, I was like, this is going to be good. This is going to be interesting. And I was even more interested when it was called Allie's Pretty Little Lies. And in the descriptive box at that time, it said this will be told in Allison's point of view. And so when I found this was going to be Allison's, I was like, this is going to be good. We're going to get some answers in this. And we do. We get a lot of answers in this book. This will be a spoilers-free review. This will be spoilers-free. But I do have to give away something that is in the prologue. So you find that out within the prologue is about 17 pages. So you find out like really, really quick in the book. And originally I was not going to read this book, but I wanted a nice, quick, short, fly, easy read for the year. And it was a great book to start off 2014. And, okay, something you should know. Okay, there was once 2 sisters, Allison and Courtney. But, okay, Courtney and Allison kind of were friends, but as the years went by, they started getting a little bit more mean towards one another and things like that. And it kind of went off on a binge, and the two sisters kind of butted heads, and so Allison kind of Courtney started like fighting with Allison and tried to choke her, I believe. And so her parents looked at that as like, oh my gosh, she needs help. So she was sent away to a mental hospital. Go figure. Your twin girl's getting a fight and you think she's mentally deranged. And so she is sent off to a Riley Hospital, or Ridley. I'm not sure. I don't think it says. But anyway, when she's home on visit, and there's these 4 girls: Hannah, Marin, Spencer Hastings, Aria Montgomery, and Emily Fields, just in her backyard, looking for some, whispers and stuff, looking for something that I would guess. So Courtney just goes outside just to talk to them. Well, her mother saw her out there thinking, okay, well, that must be Allison since Courtney's not allowed to leave the house. And so they mistake Courtney for the wrong sister, and Allie, the real Allison Diarentes, is pulled away to go back to the mental hospital. And so Courtney kind of takes over her sister's life, which I thought, damn, that's the ultimate revenge, because the real Allison is a freaking bitch. Yeah, sorry, this is gonna have a few cuss words, but she is. I can't stand the real Allison Diarentes. I can't stand her. I cannot stand her one bit. I can't stand her. So what I really, really liked most about this novel is we get to see how the friendships between Allison and our 4 girls of the other books were formed, how the friendship began, how the how their lives were, how Allison found out about the girls and their lives and their secrets and stuff. And this book was so good. This is definitely my favorite book of the course, and I would definitely reread this one. It was really, really good. One of my favorite parts about this book is half of this cover is Courtney and the other half is Allison. I'm not too sure, but if you look at the bottom of their feet, how one's like this and the other one is, one's like that and the other one's like that. And then, like, if you look really, really close, the eyes are different. Like, the eyes, like, one is like, if you can see that, this camera is not going to do it justice, but one is like, this one is kind of like down, and that one is like up normally. And then the hair, this side is darker, and this one's a little lighter. So, and then the dress, just the dress I think is the same, but it is essentially the first half of it. But what I really liked about this this cover is it goes along with the same cover design as the first four, so it does kind of go along with that same girl in the middle, like the first four books, which I like that way, because when you look at them side by side, since this is essentially a prequel, it does look very nice next to all of the other books. Now, on my bookshelf, it goes in front of Pretty Little Liars, just because it is a prequel. Like, in storyline-wise, it takes place far in front of all the other books. Sorry if I'm not really giving a whole lot away in this review. I don't want to give this away. I was told to have read the first 8 books and then read this. Well, by the time somebody had told me that, I was already halfway through the book and I was addicted and I couldn't wait to get back into keep reading it. So I just kept on rereading it anyway. I didn't care. I wanted to know what was going to freaking happen. And I think it's safe to go ahead and just read this without having read the first 8 books, but I would say at least read the first 5 books. That way you do get background and character, back history and stuff of the 4 girls as well as Allison, just because, and this book gives a lot into Allison about who she is a character. Allison did get on my nerves a lot, like, I mean, a lot, just how she is and how she treated the girls. And, you know, she said that she cared about the girls, but then she would just get so irritated with them, and that did not make sense to me why she would react that way to them. But overall, this is a fantastic book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's one of my favorite covers. The plot was really good. The suspense was there. There wasn't as much of a creep factor in this book, obviously, because this is prequel and it's Allison, and there was no A at this time, so maybe that's why. But this was a very, very good book, and I would definitely read this again, just because okay, I'm gonna give a minor spoiler. I would definitely read this again. I'm probably gonna wait till January of 2014 to reread it. That way, it's been about a year for me. That way, I can just kind of go into it a little bit, a little surprised and stuff. But by the end of the book, I want to know who the accomplice is. I'm dying to know who the accomplice is. And my one of my very dear best friends, or I hope we're best friends. She's one of my all-time favorite. Like buddy Pretty Little Liars book reading fans. She's read them all, even the new one. She's like, when you get to book 14, you'll find out who the accomplice is. I cannot believe I have to read that many books to find out who the accomplice is. It's just going to be such a hard thing to have to wait for that many books to find out who the accomplice is. So yeah, but that's my review on Allie's Pretty Little Lies by Sara Shepard. This is one of my absolute favorite books, and it's going to look freaking gorgeous in front of all the other books on my shelf. But on the back it says, "The lie that started it all. Even in 7th grade, Allison De Laurentiis was a liar, but her pretty little lies caught up to her eventually, and one of them got her killed. Now go back in time to hear the truth about what really happened." From Allie herself. I really, really like this because because in all the books we've never gotten a book that's in Allison perspective, and Allison is mentioned and has a backflash scene in every book in the series. Every book there's a backflash scene, or she's mentioned, or she's talked about in every book. And then if you take the dust jacket off, it's got this gorgeous like navy blue, and the hardcovers have a quote, and it says, "I'm Allie and I'm fabulous." So yeah, But yeah, but that's Alice Pretty Little Lies by Sarah Shepard. I will be doing individual reviews for all of the Pretty Little Liars books. I just thought it'd be kind of nice to start with the prequel. I don't know. I'm weird. Now, this is not the first book I've read. I've read 6 of the other novels, so yeah. But my next Pretty Little Liars review will be on Pretty Little Liars, which probably will be up either today or sometime tomorrow or later in the next week or so, possibly. Just because I think I'm going to reread the books. That way my mind's a little fresher when I review it. Because it's been about a year since I read this book. I read this back in August of 2000. No, I read this in May of 2012. So it's been about... Yeah, it's been about a year. I read this book about a year ago. So it's been a while for me. So it's actually, it's more like about a year and a half, I would think. So anyway, beyond the point. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed my review for Alice Pretty Little Lies. I definitely would recommend it. It's one of my favorite books in the series. And I kind of want another prequel. I think another prequel that continued after this would be freaking amazing. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my book review. I hope you subscribe. I hope you found this book to be interesting enough that you'll want to go and pick it up for yourselves and give it a read. Now, if you guys are interested, this is available in paperback now. So, you know, if you guys are paperback readers and you guys just think the hardcover is too expensive and stuff, go ahead and go and pick up the paperback for $8.99. This book, I got this book, if you guys saw my 7 Deadly Sins of Reading tag, this was on my most expensive book I've ever bought, and this was $19, and now that I've read it, it was definitely worth every dollar I spent on it, because it was addicting. It was 290 pages, and it was a fantastic... This took me about 7 days to read, but I was reading this every day. I was reading 50 or more pages every single day. I just couldn't put it down, so... Hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you guys, again, sorry if I'm repeating myself 1,000 times, but I hope you found something in this book review video that you'll wanna pick up the series and give it a read. But yeah, look for my review for this one coming up very, very soon. I think I may do it tonight just because I'm in the mood to do another video. But until then, I'll see you guys in my next video of whatever I make. Bye.